The curse of the Dead Sea. For centuries, the Dead Sea has stood as an enigmatic wonder of nature, a lifeless expanse of dense, salty water where nothing survives. Its beauty is deceptive, hiding secrets older than time itself. Locals whisper of ancient curses, but tourists laugh them off, flocking to float on its buoyant waters. One group of friends, Amina, Khaled, and Layla, were among those tourists. They were thrill seekers, exploring Jordan on an adventure trip. The Dead Sea, with its eerie stillness and surreal beauty, was their next stop. They arrived just before sunset, eager to experience the sea in the golden hour. Did you know people used to believe this was the cursed land of Sodom and Gomorrah? Khaled said, grinning as he waded into the water. Don't start with your ghost stories, Layla rolled her eyes, though a shiver ran down her spine. The air was unnervingly still, and the orange-red hues of the setting sun reflected off the water, making it look like molten gold. Amina, ever the curious one, wandered away from the shore. She was drawn to a strange glimmering object sticking out of the muddy banks, a small, blackened jar, encrusted with salt crystals. The jar was old, ancient even, and its lid was sealed with wax. Look at this. Amina called out, holding up her find. The others ran to her, intrigued. Don't touch it, Khaled warned, his bravado suddenly replaced with unease. It could be an artifact. Or worse, a curse. But Amina laughed. It's probably just some tourist's trash. Ignoring Khaled's protests, she pried open the lid. Inside was a foul-smelling, viscous liquid that oozed like tar. The ground beneath them shuddered, almost imperceptibly. The calm waters of the Dead Sea rippled, an unnatural movement that didn't match the stillness of the surrounding air. The friends exchanged nervous glances. We should go, Layla whispered, fear creeping into her voice. As they turned to leave, a low, guttural sound filled the air, a voice, but not human. The noise grew louder, a blend of wails and whispers, echoing across the water. Shadows began to rise from the shoreline, taking the form of twisted, humanoid figures made of black, shimmering salt. Their hollow eyes glowed faintly, and their movements were slow but deliberate, as though emerging from another world. The friends ran, but the sand beneath their feet felt like quicksand, pulling them back toward the sea. Khaled tripped and fell, and one of the shadowy figures loomed over him. Its touch turned his skin gray and brittle, like stone, before he crumbled into a pile of salt. Layla screamed, her voice blending with the haunting wails. She turned to Amina, who was clutching the jar tightly. Throw it back. Layla yelled. It's the curse. Amina hesitated, terror and guilt consuming her. The shadows were closing in, their whispers growing louder. Desperate, she hurled the jar into the water. The shadows paused, their glowing eyes fixed on the ripples spreading across the surface. For a moment, everything was silent. Then, with a deafening roar, the waters of the Dead Sea surged upward, forming a towering wave that crashed onto the shore, sweeping Amina and Layla into its depths. When the waters receded, the beach was empty. No trace of the friends remained, only their footprints in the wet sand, leading to the water's edge. The next morning, a local fisherman found the black jar washed up on the shore, its lid sealed once again. He picked it up, intrigued, unaware of the horrors it contained. The Dead Sea, calm and lifeless as ever, kept its secrets. But those who know its history still whisper of the cursed trio and the ancient jar that should never have been disturbed. Some say, on quiet nights, you can hear their screams echoing across the still waters, a chilling reminder of what happens when you awaken the dead.